Welcome to the night stream. Do you have your jammies on? It's ASMR time. We're going to try and be quieter. We have breaking news, which I can't shout about because it's the chill stream. We're trying to be chill here for once. I have a little bit different of a setup. I moved the camera around, so.
Well, hello everyone. This is your emergency tech support here. We are going to, unfortunately, let Megan try and reboot her computer. Hold on one second. So, to help Megan, let's go ahead and bring on a couple of the guests that we had. First up, we've got Flux. Hey, Flux, how are you?
What's up, guys? This is an awesome start to the stream.
I know, right?
This is my vibe right here, and I am here for it. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
And we also have Mo. Hi, Mo.
Hello. And look, Elon, I am willing to have your 85th child cosine, tangent messiah for Starlink. I'm pretty sure Megan would be okay with it too. I'm just saying, our internets suck.
Is it internet or is it StreamYard? Like specifically StreamYard?
I don't think it's StreamYard. She said that her entire computer froze. So
Ooh,
now I feel completely worse. Yeah.
That is how it goes.
We did like 5 hours of streaming earlier for her chill at work stream, and then
I forgot it's a chill stream. I need to bring my tone down a bit.
You have
I'm
to
too
talk
excited.
like we're NPR hosts and see how everyone is doing so that we can talk about our emotions and feelings.
I am so down for all of this. Today was Taco Tuesday at work. I was super excited because there was homemade guacamole, and I'm a fan of guacamole myself. I could eat a whole bunch.
There was a Mexican place down in Maryland that would do tableside fresh guacamole.
Ooh, whereabouts in Maryland? Because that's where I'm at.
That was off of Ritchie Highway in Severna Park.
I have no idea where that is. I'm over by APG.
Oh, yeah, so you'd have to go very much south.
Oh. Yeah. I'm not one for traveling.
I don't blame you, especially in Maryland.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not as bad as Massachusetts, but it's crazy here. They can get crazy.
I owned a house in Pasadena, and met my wife down there, so.
Oh, nice. Nice. Pasadena, Maryland, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because there is I grew up in Southern California, not too far from Pasadena. And Megan's back.
This is so not funny, Brad.
I didn't do it.
This is not funny, Brad. We just spent $1,700, actually $2,000, and an entire day of tech support, and the computer froze, Brad.
I don't know what it would do.
What happened?
Do you really want me to jump on your computer and try and diagnose it right now?
No. But it will like have made a record of that, right? So you could see it later.
Yeah.
It's not funny. This is not funny. Anyway, Hello, Mo. Hello, Flux. I didn't get to say hello to both of you before
Hello.
that rude interruption. Anyway, this is huge, you guys. We have huge news. Big news. Big huge news.
Huge.
Like the biggest of news.
Huge news.
Huge.
Huge. There is a
Awesome.
new motion that was filed by the Dick defense. In fact, I got to open it
Oh,
now because
Lord.
everything closed on me. But you guys remember that the plaintiff filed a motion for sanctions, which we kind of went over, but it was 300 pages, so we didn't go over the entire thing. Where did I save this thing?
Okay,
Here
but
it
does
is.
Dumbledore
top
die
of
at
your
the end of
downloads.
that one too?
I don't know. We didn't get to the end. Maybe.
Oh,
It's possible.
crap.
All right. There is a response from the Dick defense to the plaintiff's motion for sanctions, which we are going to read because I heard it's hilarious.
If you hit view on that,
What?
on that ribbon bar up there, there's a view.
Uh-huh. Rotate.
No.
What?
Up to the
Oh,
left.
yeah.
Could go read mode, I think. Or does that put it in
Reverse mode. Oh, read mode. There we go. Yeah, that's better. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This was
Ooh.
filed today. It just hit the docket. So let us read it, shall we? All right.
Ooh.
and it said 10 pages, right? Oh no. She's gone.
Are you
Oh,
kidding?
no.
Oh,
Are you?
No,
Yep. Oh,
no,
you're
you're back.
back.
You're back. You're back.
Is this a joke? What the hell is happening?
It's
the defense is the gremlins are
I'm
in your
telling you,
computer.
Megan, it's the feds.
I
It's the
am.
feds.
This is
You're
cannot be
putting
happening
out
again.
you're putting out the truth, and they're gonna slow down your stuff, and it's a thing. It's
Okay,
the feds.
Brad, you can
Yep.
access my computer. What good would that do? Because you can't
Yeah,
open
freezes,
anything. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you an email that has this document in it in
Yep.
case I freeze up. Okay.
Got it.
And then you can at least continue reading while I reboot or whatever the fuck I'm going to have to do. This is so frustrating. I can't even tell you how mad I am right now. Everyone's going to be demanding their money back because
I mean, the new camera looks fantastic.
It does, though, doesn't it? The camera does look good. But I mean,
The new
everyone's going to
lighting.
demand their money back because I can't make a stream work. And apparently it's me. the problem is it's me.
Well,
Oh,
you know, Taylor Swift has a song, so just embrace it. Apparently, it's all.
Not link. I need an attachment. Attach.
There is no food up here. There is no food. No. The
But
answer is
Wait,
no.
is
We're
that
still
the
going with
same
grape.
like little puppy you had a little bit ago that was like this big?
No,
Yes,
Jeff,
the
I'm not on
non-Pomsky-
Chrome. I'm not
That
on
is-
Chrome.
this-
I am on Edge.
Friberto, come here.
It's basically the same thing.
Jeff, if you're awake, why aren't you in here?
This is
all that puppy.
Friberto, the non-Pomsky.
Oh my God, this dog
He
is
was
so cute.
he was like the size of his own head a week ago.
I know, he was so tiny. Look how big he's getting. How big is he going to get?
We're not sure, considering he's not a Pomsky.
Oof.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Brad,
like,
I
"That
sent it
can
to you
reach
in an
bacons."
email.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Okay. Defendant, Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital Incorporated, JHatch, by and through undersigned counsel, responds to plaintiff's motion for sanctions filed November 5th, 2023, and further moves this court for sanctions against plaintiffs. Oh, I see how this is going to go.
Oh, you sanction us, we're gonna
We're going to
sanction
sanction
you.
you. Yep. That's what they
You
want.
get a sanction. You get a
The
sanction.
same. Yeah, everybody gets a sanction. Do they really think this is going to work? Do they not remember what it was like, how the judge treated them? Are they not remembering how this actually went? Because I do. In fact, I had a clip of it here somewhere.
I understand you're moving for a mistrial when you got additional time and you can call the same witnesses to address whatever issues. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor, because we
Can
don't...
I-
Okay.
Can we go to exhibits, please?
Denied. Every time the defense tried to pull some of this shit, it was double guns. Denied. I mean, oh God. Okay.
It reminds me of that awesome judge. God, I can't remember his name now. The one that Nick loves to swoon over.
Wait, not the
Borowski?
Rittenhouse judge.
No, not. Borowski.
I don't know that
Love
judge.
Borowski.
Oh, Borowski
were-
was great. Whenever he gets pissed, you just hear him go,
And-
"Chambers, now!"
That's not the up judge, right?
No, this one was the one. The car
Or
was thought
Edson.
to have hit a biker. The biker
Oh.
went up and shot the guy. And
They don't do that enough. Judges do not demand attorneys go to their chambers immediately enough. This is my favorite judge.
It's the only word that accurately describes the man, and we can demonstrate just that. Everybody thinks he's an asshole. Son of a bitch. Well, that's good too.
Shut up! What the hell? Court's adjourned. In my chambers. Now.
That's my favorite judge. That is the best movie. Have you seen From the Hip, Mo?
I have not.
You guys haven't seen that movie?
No,
No.
Oh
but
God,
I'm
it's the
surprised there was
greatest.
any, let's say Columbia snow powder left after those nostrils in John Hughes movies.
True.
Just saying.
True. That is a
I think we
very
know
good
where
point.
all of the Columbia dancing powder went.
Oh, Legal Vices says that is basically Borowski.
Yes.
All right. Defendant states as follows. Oh, should I do this in Shapiro's ASMR voice? This is definitely
Ooh,
Shapiro
that's
writing.
always-
In addition to the matters set forth in its supplemental disclosure and motion for clarification filed November 3rd, the content of
I'm
which
gonna need straight
incorporated
vodka if we're doing this.
incorporated herein by reference, defendant is compelled to draw the court's attention to a fundamental point ignored in plaintiff's motion for sanctions. The premise upon which it is based is false and utterly without factual support or merit. Plaintiff said motion arises from the testimony of Mr. Mark Anderson, defendant's hospital administration expert. You guys remember him. We are now talking about Mark Anderson. Hold on, I have a picture. I do have a photo. There he is, the one on top. That's Mark Anderson making the dog had a sex scandal face.
Is he the one that was too busy and important to do his own job?
That was Perno, the guy underneath of him.
Oh, okay.
The guy on top with the gray hair is witness Anderson, who screwed
Oh.
up. And because of his testimony, they kicked open the door to the immediate jeopardy report.
Yep. I remember now.
All right. So plaintiff said motion arises from the testimony of Mr. Mark Anderson, defendant's hospital administration expert, on October 25th, 2023. The entire material excerpts of that testimony is below. Okay. So, all right, let's read through this. Who's going to be the attorney?
I can be the jackass attorney.
All right, you be the attorney, and I'll have one of you, Flux or Mo, you choose to be the witness Anderson.
I'll be Anderson.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so let's get back a little bit to the overall process of review by the hospital. In terms of quality review, does all children's, are they required to have a quality review process?
Yes. Most organizations choose to go through a quality process that is accreditation and review process by Joint Commission on Accreditation of Hospitals.
Yeah, let me interrupt you right there. So I'll have you explain what the joint commissions are, but is all children's audited by federal agencies to ensure that they are in compliance with safety plans?
Yes.
And who is that?
It is the Joint Commission as one body, and there could be others as well.
Okay.
Specific.
And explain to the jury, if you can, who the Joint Commission is and what their role is.
The Joint Commission is an organization that was set up in the 70 or 80 years ago. It is the accreditation and evaluation organization. Its purpose in being set up was to try and standardize the way hospitals provide care across the country. And it identifies for each and every department of a hospital series of standards and quality that are evaluated on a routine basis by surveyors from the Joint Commission. Typically, Joint Surveyor Commission, the Joint Surveyor Commissioners, reviewers, come in every 3 years. However, they can come on a spot check basis, on a randomized basis. Usually, a surveyor will consist of 4 to 5 days of going through every record of the hospital from a perspective of looking through documentation per the department of how they are meeting quality goals and a third process. Different surveyors survey different things. Wow.
That's deep. Mind blown.
I remember that. Because I'm like, really? Different surveyors survey different things? Jeez. There is a physician, an administrator. There is a hospital management, facilities management expert who will literally go through the hospital, poking at tiles, looking for breaches in the ceiling. It is very arduous, extensive process.
I love your voice, Flox.
I didn't know he was FDR, but apparently he's FDR now.
Pre or
I'm just
post
rolling with it.
stroke, though.
Just go with it. Just go with it.
I'm just going with it.
I love it.
And in your review of the records and available data, did all Children's Hospital meet those accreditations?
Yes, they did.
And that was true in 2016.
Yes.
Okay, so let me talk to you a bit about retrospective review. There are quality departments in the hospital that retrospectively review patient care. Is that true?
Correct.
Plaintiffs contend, without evidence or factual support, that the brief testimony above of Mr. Anderson was not only false or incorrect, but that it opened the door to evidence of a finding by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, CMS, that defendant was in immediate jeopardy of losing its accreditation, and that this finding in January 2019 somehow related to Maya Kowalski's hospitalization 2 years earlier. No significant evidence of specifics linking the two periods of time or administrative foibles on the part of the hospital was ever provided. Foibles. It takes a lot of balls to put the word foibles in a motion.
Wow.
It does.
How is he trying to say that it didn't kick open that door? I mean, when they say it was done in 2019, but it covered the 3-year period that led up to 2019.
And I love that they say no significant evidence was linking because they didn't provide the report. They didn't provide the report. They still, even after ordered by the judge, they still didn't provide the report. So maybe, that's why there wasn't anything linking at the time, because they still refused to provide the report that the judge ordered them to provide. That possibly, maybe.
And even if they were to have had the documents, if they had tried to put it in, they would have objected to it immediately.
Yeah, as not being pertaining to this direct case because reasons, y'all.
No, it just goes straight to liar, liar, because it's damaging to my case.
Well, true.
Because it's damaging to my case.
Oh, God, it's terrible. 3, as indicated in defendant's supplemental disclosure and motion for clarification, and in the affidavit of Angela Green, referenced therein, it is undisputed, italicized,
I love that.
It is undisputed that at the time of Maya Kowalski's hospitalization, defendant was duly and properly accredited by the Joint Commission as well as CMS. A certificate indicating as much, valid for 3 years from its inception date in September 2015, is attached as Exhibit A. And is
We
once
have
again
a certificate. Look at us. We can prove it. Look at our certificate. We did it.
and is once again proffered to this court. It is, again, italicized, undisputed, not only that this accreditation was in full force and effect at the time of Maya Kowalski's hospitalization in the fall of 2016, but also that it was a result of what both Mr. Anderson and Dr. Corcoran, plaintiff's hospital administration expert, described as an arduous accreditation process. I'm going to get a sore throat. That process included, more italics, included approval of patient safety plans as well as risk management overview, as Dr. Corcoran himself admitted.
So one of the
How do
things
you have a risk management overview when you don't have a risk management?
They didn't have any risk management.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Like they
I'm
were in
thinking.
jeopardy of losing their accreditation. They still had their accreditation. They were in immediate jeopardy of losing it if they didn't fix it. Yeah, we know you're accredited. You still were accredited, but you had the potential to lose that. That's two different. Oh my God.
one of my favorite lines from Dana Perino, even though I don't agree with her much politically, was she was talking about the Bush White House when she was in it, and she says the president has full faith in someone underneath of them until they don't. And that's exactly what was going on here, is that, yeah, they may have had their accreditation, but they were in doing things so poorly that they were in, quote unquote, immediate jeopardy of losing it.
Well, and the other thing, if you listened to Dr. Corcoran's interview on Law and Lumber, he and I didn't get into it on our interview so much, but on Law and Lumber, he got into how strange it was that they had got their accreditation, that it was backdated. He had never seen anything like it before. And I think that it's not unreasonable to say that Johns Hopkins, who we know is a very powerful entity, who's very politically connected, Nicholas Starro looked up and found that they had given almost $1 million to Democrat operatives all over in political donations, almost in 1 year, $1 million. So is it that difficult to surmise that they pulled some strings to get that accreditation as quickly as they got it? Do you remember Dr. Corcoran on the stand said, yeah, unbelievably. Like, yeah, they did. I don't know how. I still to this day don't know how they got it, but they got it. Shouldn't that?
I looked up on Open Societies or whatever it was for the donations, and I think I only saw one donation from someone from All Children's for like $600, but from Johns Hopkins, the Maine in Maryland, yeah, that's where all the money gets funneled to political people.
Yeah, well, they're all connected.
Oh, yeah.
So when Johns Hopkins makes the call, whoever it is jumps,
Well, yeah.
Because they're big donors. I almost said donators. I don't think that's a word. Jeff,
Jeff's
why are you in here? Oh,
Jeff's working right now. He's
Jeff
on
says,
the opposite.
Try being Elaine for 18 days.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's true.
Man.
That was so bad. Let's give it a whirl. I can't even imagine doing that for 18 days. All right. So where did I leave off? Okay, we got all that. Okay. Number 4. While this court sua sponte personally questioned Mr. Anderson regarding the so here we go. Here's the first dig at the judge.
Are we questioning Tuft of Justice?
We are questioning the Tuft of Justice now.
Oh, I saw a hair island in the wild at the Cracker Barrel last week.
Did
and
you
I tried
really?
I tried to sneak a picture, but on Wednesdays we go to Cracker Barrel with Mrs. Flux and her grandparents.
Hare
And he was
Island in
sitting-
the wild.
Yes, and I'm just like, oh, I wanted to go ask him why
They
don't
really
you just
exist.
yeah, why do you keep but it would have been too rude, so I couldn't do that. But it made me
Dear
think
sir,
of you guys.
Why those 4 hairs in front? Just
Like
question.
why
Cracker Barrel makes sense though.
Yes, he was eating alone, so that's also why I felt bad.
Porcelain Thunder says Sua Sponte is a great ice cream flavor.
Pistachio for the win.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Sua Sponte means on his own. So what they're saying here is the judge moved on his own to question Mr. Anderson, and he should not have done that. That somehow that was beyond the scope of the judge's,
Authority or whatever.
authority. Yeah, but it isn't. A judge has a right to, and in fact, I think he asked the question during the proffer. Wasn't witness Anderson in a proffer as well?
I think so.
And I think it was, I seem to remember, because at the time the judge started asking questions, I went, holy crap, now the judge is asking questions. But it was during a proffer. And if you remember, during Maya Kowalski's proffer, he also asked her questions. So it wasn't in front of the jury. So there was no jury prejudicing because the judge was asking the question. It was just the attorneys and us, really. So the fact finders weren't there. So it wasn't like they could be prejudiced by him acting sua sponte. Not spumante, sua sponte. All right. While this court, sua sponte, personally questioned Mr. Anderson regarding the basis for his statements, the court seems to have overlooked and disregarded Dr. Corcoran's admissions regarding the basis for his. Okay, Shapiro just became gay.
Also,
gay voice.
Isn't sua sponte personally kind of redundant? Like, can't you just say sua sponte questioned him, not sua sponte person? Because it's like personally questioned him, right?
No, because
Well,
sua
it's like the
sponte
ATM
means on
machine.
his
I mean-
own.
On his own. Yeah, it means on
Okay,
his
I guess
own.
that makes sense. I guess.
More specifically, for example, Dr. Corcoran admitted that he had never seen the Joint Commission documents. You know why that is, Mr. Shapiro? Do you know?
Didn't provide them.
Because the judge ordered you to turn it over and you didn't. It still hasn't been turned over. How do you think this is going to go over with the judge when he reads this sentence? That Dr. Corcoran admits he never saw it. He never saw it. You never saw it. When the judge was like, let me get this straight. I ordered you to turn it over and you still haven't done so. Wow.
It's not illegal if you don't see it.
Yes. Oh, maybe another hurricane ate it. Maybe that's it. Yeah,
Ooh.
Kitty, that could be it. On his own authority. Okay, that's what it means. On his own
gotcha.
authority.
I gotcha. Oh no,
Yeah.
we lost Brad.
What? He'll come back. Well, he may have taken himself out because he can take himself in and out. He's backstage still.
Oh, nice.
I don't want to pull him up in case he's like talking to his wife or something. He might be talking to his wife.
Yeah, he should be right back.
Okay, so more specifically, Dr. Corcoran admitted he had never seen Joint Commission documents regarding the immediate jeopardy finding from 2019 or been provided documents, yeah, we know because you didn't give him any, regarding defendants' accreditation status as of 2016. Moreover, once again, this court apparently chose to disregard falsity in Dr. Corcoran's testimony. He claimed, without evidence, the court? So they're saying the judge did this. Moreover,
they're
the judge chose to disregard falsity in Dr. Corcoran's testimony. They are now accusing our Dr. Goodhair of lying.
they're saying the judge favored him and like chose to believe his lies.
Is there nothing that these people will not stoop to? Dr. Goodhair does not lie. I'm sorry,
It should
but
be
that's
written in Comic Sans. This is ridiculous.
Why didn't they choose Comic Sans? That would have made it so much better. You know,
Yeah.
I wish I could change the font. I would do it right now.
Oh, that would be awesome. I was gonna say, do you have the ability to edit? Because
I know.
that would just
They
Comic
have
Sans.
no shame. Kitty says, "Ooh, we fighting."
you could probably copy and paste all of it onto a Word document and change it to Comic
Okay, so Chicago Jan says it's not you, Microsoft, it's Aho. Well, I hope not, because I am now I'm bought in to Microsoft now. There's no going back, you guys. There's no returns.
Wow.
Moreover, once again, this court apparently chose to disregard falsity in Dr. Corcoran's testimony. Oh, you better have receipts to back that up, Shapiro.
Oh,
He claimed, without evidence or documentation, that the Joint Commission conducted an accreditation inspection of defendant in September of 2018, and that the same led to the finding of immediate jeopardy. This is demonstrably not true, and Dr. Corcoran did not have at the time and never has had any documentation to suggest that it was true. The reason for that lack of documentation is that none is simple, none exists. There was no such inspection at that time. Hold on. How are we even supposed to know any of this? Because they haven't turned over the damn report.
I mean, let the people with the no papers throw the first stones.
Yeah.
Are they saying that the report doesn't exist? Like, the
well, maybe this is the answer to why was it backdated 3 weeks?
I think this is saying they didn't provide the evidence, so therefore they can't claim it to be true. Not that it doesn't exist.
Well, but they're saying it doesn't exist. They're saying right here, none exists. The reason for that lack of documentation is simple. None exists. There was no such inspection at that time. To the contrary, it is undisputed that after defendant was reaccredited by the Joint Commission and CMS in September 2015, it was again reaccredited after inspection in August 2018. Attached is this accreditation certificate as Exhibit D. Oh, now you're turning over the records?
No, they're only turning over the certificate. What about the whole report?
What about the report?
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
what about the
no.
report, Shapiro?
that got lost in a tragic accident.
That whole August
Voting?
2018
Was it a
report.
voting
Arrow Book's
accident?
dissertation
Not
on
Boat Daddy.
the Constitution.
Boat Daddy, the Yacht Father. I have it on good authority that the Yacht Father was told about his nickname, and he almost fell out of his chair laughing at a dinner.
Yes.
And he has not seen our coverage. I have been told that he does not. He's a very serious person, so he would not be watching my channel. But I am going to make a clip of Boat Daddy, the Yacht Father, and just so I can send it to someone who knows him so he can see it. Because you guys, that was one of the funniest moments in this whole damn trial when we all lost our minds over the Yacht Father. The
And
whole
thirsty chat.
all the 80% went berserk for the Yacht Father. And we couldn't even listen to what he was saying. We still don't know what his testimony was.
I remember, but
We have no idea what this poor man was trying to tell us. We were just, oh, it was bad. It was bad. I'm sorry, Yacht Father. He's Jingleberry says, he said words? We don't know. We don't. Oh. All right,
Yes,
anyway.
he's a businessman. He talked
owns
about
a boat
business.
company.
He owns a lot of companies. He takes broken companies and he fixes them.
see, Flux remembers.
See,
Okay.
but I am also not afflicted like the other 80%.
Yes.
All right, the chat is saying that I'm way too loud, which is very possible because my microphone is very hot. So I'll turn myself down. Okay, how's that? Is that better? I've now turned myself down. Am I not blowing your ears out anymore?
Good.
You're good.
Yeah.
We cannot tell because we're inside StreamYard, so it all sounds fine to us. I wish I knew how to monitor on YouTube because it all sounds different out there. It's bizarre.
yeah.
So All right. The chat says it seems better. I believe you, McRae. Thank you for not trolling me. Sometimes the chat trolls me, and then I'm like screwing around with my microphone.
Oh,
Legal devices. She's way too loud. You know who she is, right?
There
This
goes
is
our
also
attempt at
true.
night stream.
Maybe I should move the microphone away from my face a little. Maybe I should just be back here because I am very loud.
You want it a little bit closer. Go like halfway.
All right. How about there?
That's better.
Okay. All right. All right. Back to this. The undisputed facts as set forth in the affidavit of Angela Green and defendant's supplemental disclosure and motion for clarification are that the immediate jeopardy finding communicated to defendant in January 2019, over 2 years after Maya Kowalski's discharge, was based, they're sticking with this self-report bullshit, was based upon a self-report and a subsequent review of matters relating to defendant's cardiac surgery program. No, it wasn't, Shapiro. We read the report that was published in the paper, which wasn't the IJ report, but it was a report. It was the federal report, which said you had a widespread cultural problem throughout the entire hospital, and that you even had a culture of retribution for whistleblowers. Like we know what we read. The feds found you to be terrible. Like they found you to be worse than them, which is hard to do.
I also noticed that undisputed is not italicized this time, so I don't think it's as important.
It was only the first sequel.
That's a tell. It's a tell that we shouldn't take it very seriously because
It's
not
as important as the other ones.
All right. Plaintiffs have never proffered any reasonable testimony or evidence to the contrary. Only Dr. Corcoran's blandishments and speculation. Cross-examined, Dr. Corcoran admitted that the immediate jeopardy finding, 120 pages of it, contained no connection to nursing care, hospitalist care, the pediatric. Well, he hadn't seen it, so how could he know?
Yeah, he literally said he didn't see it.
Right. How did he admit that it had none of these things? He said he didn't see it. The pediatric intensive care unit where Maya Kowalski stayed, or any other unit where she was hospitalized. So attached is composite C. We're going to have to go down to composite C and see what he's talking about, because I don't think that's right. Let's just do that now and come back to page 6. Let's go to composite C.
I don't think it's going to be. Yeah.
It's not here.
No.
Hold on. I know where it is. It's on the docket. Hold on. Let's go back to the docket, shall we? Because he put all the exhibits as separate filings for some ungodly reason. I don't know why he did that. Oh, who's calling me?
Not me.
I don't recognize that number. It's probably a Google number. It could be Google. Guys, don't call me right now. We're not doing live call-ins. I don't have Google Voice open. Wait, why didn't that work? 9, 7.
Are you sure it might be about your car's extended warranty?
That is also true. It could be. That's also true. All right. Search John Shopkins. Oh, they've changed it, by the way, in the docket. It's now John Shopkins.
Oh.
Yeah. On the court docket, you have to search John Shopkins or you won't find it. Okay. What are we looking for? Exhibit C? All right, coming up. Exhibit C is coming up. You don't fool me, Shapiro. Oh, it's 25 pages. Exhibit C.
No.
Oh,
Well, yeah,
crap.
it's 43 to 54. Like,
holy fuck. Oh shit.
Holy Mazzoli.
I didn't mean for it to open it right on top of our. Oh, cool. We have 2 pages now. Awesome.
yeah, you got
All right.
tabs.
Yeah, we've got tabs. Oh my god. This is fantastic. All right.
I told you, Foxit Reader is the best.
Get rid of this. Why does this keep popping up, Brad? What is this?
Don't click the button that says "Don't show again."
Oh, okay. And then clear?
Yep.
Okay. Please stop showing that to me. Gaps in the functioning. Sauer said it was a contributing factor. Blah blah blah. All right, nothing further.
Cross-examination.
Wait, what pages was I supposed to go to?
It says
Page.
43 to 54.
Okay, 43.
Did you see what Jeff said about the phone call? He said it's the yacht father saying, "Keep my name out your effing mouth."
The yacht father. All right, question. All right, should we read through a little bit of this or should we just skim it? Let's see. Were you provided information regarding the CMS survey? Now that's the survey. So that
In
would be that's the
2017.
federal report, right? Of all children's May 2017. Again, can you show me the document so I can refresh? All right. Yes, this is the visit specific to the pharmacy. It showed compliance, right? I believe there were no issues. Okay, let's talk for a minute if we could about some reports that counsel walked you through. This is when Hunter was walking up to him and handing him documents. Indication of this, I did. Yeah, well, these were all documents that he showed him that said everything was fine, but he never showed him the IJ report. Never.
Yeah.
Because if they had it, they wouldn't have needed a what in the world flux.
I just accidentally I have a footrest on my chair and I kicked it out and then I just accidentally kicked my camera.
That sounds like something I would do. Look at this question. Oh, so were you aware of any Joint Commission survey of the hospital being done at the same time or around the same time as this particular report? And Dr. Corcoran says, I'm struggling to answer clearly because there were so many surveys. Candidly, Mr. Hunter, keeping AHCA from CMS is the challenge, given the short timeline in my cursory review of just a part of the documents that you shared. Yeah, the ones that you did share. So let me show you what I'll represent to you. I'm not saying it actually is, but I'll represent it to you as a Joint Commission correspondence to Mr. Sowers dated February 25th, 2019. Were you ever showed this? Yes. This is the letter that documents the acceptance of the conditions for the plan of corrective action from the IP. Is that correct? From the IJ, sorry, the immediate jeopardy. I believe you'll see this indicates there was a survey done by the Joint Commission at or about the time that resulted in a finding of compliance. And Joe said, yes, the services at your hospital were found to be in substantial compliance. Okay, that was a Joint Commission survey that occurred, correct? Yeah, but there were so many surveys. We're not talking about the ones that were compliant,
right?
We're talking
saying
about the one that wasn't.
In 2019, after the IJ did a final survey before the immediate jeopardy was lifted, there was probably an email sent that said, hey, we're all good. And they go, yeah, we're all good. And then he reviewed that and said, yeah, we're all good. But that was only after.
Okay.
Did
notice, Brad,
they were...
notice here how they are not quoting the part of the testimony that is relevant. If there was a quote from the testimony that was relevant to this paragraph, he would have put it in here. I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, these are all a bunch of different surveys that happen on different dates. Right?
Mm.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, because he did say it's a group of surveyors that are surveying a bunch of different like areas of the hospital.
Well, and you would need several people. I mean, if you're going through the records for an entire hospital, I mean, that is a team job.
Yeah.
Okay,
Along
so
with,
this is an interesting exchange. Hunter says, so it gets even stickier because Hunter says, so the Joint Commission found that there was substantial compliance and the CMS was in the process of following up on the IJ, correct? Joe says, so it gets even stickier because the CMS surveys are typically handled by AHCA surveyors. Well, okay, whoever was doing that, they lifted the IJ at about this time, February 25th. Did they not? And Joe said no. What they did at the time was that they accepted the corrective action plan. The IJ the threat was still in place until I believe late May or mid-June of that year. And in fact, the hospital requested and was given 2 extensions to comply, and then ultimately had a binding agreement with the federal government that it would accept having a consultant in the facility a babysitter for the next 12 months, who would oversee or direct the compliance. And in exchange, the federal government takes the threat of losing funding away. And then Hunter goes, but the IJ was lifted? Again, they accepted
But it was
the
lifted,
plan of
right?
correction. No, it wasn't. They accepted a plan of correction. Correct. And lifted the IJ as a result. Correct. And Joe says, no, sir. Because again, they were still under the threat of being removed from funding until late May or early June. But at that point, says Hunter, the IJ was ultimately lifted, correct? At the end of June. Yes. I'm sorry. I thought you were asking about the February date. Yeah, so did I.
No,
So we
he just
can
means
all agree.
Ultimately in the end, at some point, he passed it,
Some
right?
point.
At some point, we have our certificate. We're good.
So we
Yeah,
can
that's
agree
like
that
at
the
s-
IJ was lifted, and Joe goes with an asterisk because of those extraordinary, and he cut him off. And we can agree that there was substantial effort put forth in compliance. Oh yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. All right, so now we're going to page 50. So what else is here? Let me come back to that. And this is 2811. Where's the reference to nursing service? All right, this is a risk management survey they're talking about now. Risk management survey, yes, fall of 2016. Nothing specifically mentioned about 2016 in this. Trial exhibit, this is just blah, 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 bitty, blah. They're looking for a report. Okay, and you talked about the 4 areas that it addressed, and this is the announcement of the IJ in January of 2019, correct? Yes, sir. Okay. That's January of 2019. It's about 2 years after Maya Kowalski was discharged, correct? That's correct. All right. Now, in the statement of the grounds and the findings that are based on the IJ, what were the bases for the IJ? Where is the reference to the nursing service? It's not in this letter, says Joe. It's in the CMS 2567. Oh, by all means, do you have that handy? No, sir. Okay, well, in this letter here, that isn't the thing that has it, is there anything basing the action on the hospital service?
No.
And Joe says medical staff in general, right?
Okay,
No
so
specification to. Go ahead.
don't you need a special kind of subpoena if you want a witness to bring in paperwork? You need, I think, a subpoena. I want to call it Ducus Nukem, and I know that's not the word because it's not Duke Nukem. I think it's Ducus Caucus or something. It's something weird. I know there's a lawyer in here something. But in order for them to bring in paperwork, you have to let
Do
them.
you say
There we
Stukum?
go.
Take them?
There you go. I knew it wasn't Duke Nukem, but anywhoozle. You have to let them know so they can bring the paperwork in. Otherwise, the only reason I know that is because Daryl Brooks tried to argue with the guy with Kurt,
Wow.
Detective Kurt, like, well, can't you tell a defendant? Objection, if you will.
Grounds.
Legal vices.
Grounds.
Legal
only
vices.
have the
This guy is
first-
sighing. He's sighing. Hey, it's your fault there are no attorneys on this stream. I asked.
Vices. I only have Daryl Brooks' first post-it of his in pro per a retrospective analysis of law and lawful law, my reaction to American justice, a compendium of legal law. So, I mean, I'm doing the best I can here.
Look, I'm the first one to tell you all, don't listen to anything I have to say. I'm not a lawyer. We are not lawyers.
Just say you're
God.
pre-law. It's fine. We're all pre-law.
Yeah,
We just haven't gone to law
pre-law.
school yet. We're pre-law.
A disturbing lack of law students, too.
We're
Look,
L0s.
They got the invites, but they're just not here. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Objection, substained.
I have to consciously think to not say substained now because of you. Class action lawsuit, Daryl Brooks, coming for you.
I know. Do you know how many times I did that during the dep sidebars? I said substained like 800 times. And that's all because of Darrell Brooks. Okay, so let's get back to the Dick defense motion because I didn't see anything there. I didn't see anything there. So, all right. Plaintiff's motion is focused on defendant's purported lethargy or incompletion in attempting to comply with this court's intra-trial discovery order rendered orally on November 1st, 2023, and supplemented without notice to defendant at a hearing held November 3rd, at which trial counsel was not in attendance. That hearing had been announced as a discussion regarding jury instructions. Plaintiff's trial counsel seized upon the opportunity to present the court with material with which counsel for defendant in attendance at the November 3rd hearing was not familiar. The court then unexpectedly imposed on defendant sweeping commands. Oh, the judge. Here's again, going after the judge. The judge, when you read the court, they mean the judge. The judge then unexpectedly imposed on defendant sweeping commands that to produce thousands of pages of documents on little notice, despite the time required to perform that task. But leaving aside the fact that defendant produced to plaintiffs nearly 1,500 pages of documents that we should have given them in discovery years ago, but we didn't.
You remember that FOIA case? It was relatively recent, where someone said that they wanted to print like 2,000 pages a month, but they had requested something like 70,000 pages, and it would take them like 20 years to print all of the pages.
That. I love that. That's great. That's great trolling right there.
Wow.
That's how you break the government, by the way. Make them live up to their own rules. So if the law says they must produce as many documents as you ask them for, you ask them to produce more documents than they can, and then you sue them. That's how it works. That's the first rule of Rules for Radicals. That's the very first rule in that book.
Is there a
Alinsky was
book,
genius.
Rules for Radicals?
There is, by Saul
Yeah.
Alinsky, and the man was a genius. Unfortunately, only the left paid attention to that book. It was for
That's what it was.
and the right doesn't.
The
So
FDA wants 55 years to process Freedom of Information Act request over vaccine data.
Oh yeah.
this
Well,
is the
hard
they
to
got denied
read.
on that. I think this is the book that I wrote about that whole process and about doing that to a public library. We shut up the bizarre war that one public library waged against the First Amendment. We did that to them. We broke them through FOIA, and they weren't able to keep up with the requests, and so then we sued them and we won. We
Nice.
eventually it was fantastic. It cost them $500,000 what we did to them.
So, Justice Department lawyers representing the FDA note in court papers that the plaintiffs are seeking a huge amount of vaccine-related materials, about 329,000 pages.
Good Lord.
Great.
The
Great, they
FDA
should.
proposes
And?
releasing 500 pages per month on a rolling basis, noting that the branch would handle the review only has 10 employees and is currently processing 400 other FOIA requests.
Great. Keep going. And when they can't comply, sue them. That's how you do it.
Wow.
That's how you do it. It's great. Make the government
Y'all, I
sweat.
don't remember my taxes going down. My taxes seem to be going up. Are you telling me they
Right?
don't have some intern somewhere picking his nose that they can't
Yeah,
find
they're
someone to
lying.
push a printer button?
They're lying. They're lying. You don't even need to
Well,
push
yeah,
the printer
I
button.
know.
I
You have to like,
worked-
click something.
I worked as a federal employee. I know how much time is wasted by doing nothing. There are so many people. They could be like, hey, just stand here and print this button. And
I
there you
know.
would go. Like you could have them done in a month. Just
It's
take
bad.
the federal employees that are not doing anything and make them do that.
They have like an entire department of people who don't do anything. That's their entire job, is to sit around and just collect a paycheck and not do anything.
There's
We
a
know
bunch
how
of
it
departments
works.
like that.
Stop lying to us, federal government. We know what you're doing. The court then, okay, we got that part. But leaving aside the fact that the defendant produced to plaintiffs nearly 1,500 pages of documents in less than 48 hours during trial, the premise upon which the court's order was based was, as explained above, false. In addition, the lack of notice to trial counsel was gravely prejudicial and affected in no small measure defendant's ability to respond. The extent of defendant's response under the circumstance and given the false basis of the court's order is laudable. Oh, they want a round of applause, everyone. Everyone, the Dick defense wants a round of applause. Can we just stop for a moment? Can we just give them what they want? They're
I kind of imagine Sally
Sarcastic.
Struthers like,
sarcastic
for
clapping.
18 cents a day, you can feed this defense and save John Hopkins and little Sarah McLachlan in the background in the arms of their angels.
So here's the funny thing. So a modern laser printer can print about 30 pages a minute. It's an hour to print 1,500 pages.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, this is laughable. The record again is, oh, look, it's an unitalicized, undisputed.
It's important.
It's not important anymore. He has used the word undisputed too many times, and now we do not believe him. The record is undisputed that Mr. Anderson's statements in his testimony were, in fact, objectively correct and true. Well, it's not undisputed, it's disputed.
I was going to say, who decides what's true and untrue, right?
The judge.
It's
Their
disputed.
truth.
It's disputed because the plaintiffs disputed it.
Oh,
I mean, what?
Mo's right, though. They didn't say it was my truth. They needed to say my truth, and then it would have been fine.
Maybe.
They
MG
didn't. They
said
just
MG.
claiming
Identify
it's
as
the
truthful.
truth. They should have
It was the
said my
defendant's
truth.
truth. It was the Dick defense's truth. Defendant was at the time of Maya Kowalski's hospitalization accredited in good standing by both the Joint Commission and CMS, and there exists no proof or evidence whatsoever otherwise because we shredded it, simply because none exists.
The hurricane ate it.
Check our dumpsters. In addition, there is no objective or significant evidence of any connection whatsoever between the immediate jeopardy finding in January of 2019, 2 years after Maya Kowalski's discharge, and the incidents from which this cause arises. By admitting testimony to the contrary, the tuft of justice gravely prejudiced defendant and in no small measure facilitated a profound miscarriage of justice. Do you think the judge is going to like that?
Oh,
Imagine
no.
reading that as the judge who slaved over this case for like 7 years, trying desperately not to have a mistrial, bending over backwards for the Dick defense on every occasion, not holding them in contempt when he literally could have held them in contempt about 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
Have they heard
Maybe he'll
of
hold them
the
in contempt
compliment
now.
sandwich where they're like, I enjoy your tuft. You screwed us over and disallowed justice. And you look really good in your robe. I mean, it's a compliment sandwich.
Oh, Mo, bro, you're breaking me.
Well, it is.
That would be so
I mean,
funny.
I've never heard of someone say, you know what? Thank you for your large amount of criticism. You've made me feel better about myself. What might I do for you?
Well, and I love that he's like, the court gravely prejudiced the defense. No, your own documents and your own reporting and your own expert gravely prejudiced your defense.
Kind of like being a terrible hospital and maybe just allegedly, possibly
Maybe
nearly
it's your
killing people.
clients.
They were
Maybe.
reading the room, and they said the jury was being
Hostile.
to their witnesses.
Maybe they were hostile because your client was fucking kidnapping kids. I don't know. I could be wrong. But maybe every witness you put on the stand. Oh, look, we just joined the Munchie Bunch. Look at the squares.
Oh, hey.
Look how hey. The Munchie Bunch. Do the Munchie
Our
Bunch.
hair isn't the right color, though,
This
for
is
the
true.
typical.
And we have joy in
The
our
way
faces.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
the
and we don't
Munchie
have the dead face.
I kind of do.
Maybe.
Even as an avatar, you have more life than your avatar.
Maybe every witness they put on the stand was just like such a fucking twat that the jury hated them. Maybe that's what it was. I mean,
So
like
we are the jury. We are just the random people and it's like we hated these people.
oh, we
There
hated
is
these
no
people.
way. There is no way random
hated
person
them.
on the street didn't just look at these faces and be like, bitch.
Especially the one in the pink. Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
God. Yeah, we all, every single person on this planet knows somebody like that and does not like that person. We all have one, and we all say nay to pink shirt lady.
Kind of like this guy.
That, yeah.
And then the
Oh,
one guy in the
God.
bow tie. The one guy in the bow tie, we couldn't fit in there. Sir, if you're past
Oh,
your bar
D-
mitzvah
Dinosaur
and you're
Kitty
wearing a
Herman.
bow tie,
Yes.
you look like a
And
schmuck.
did we determine
Stop
if
it.
that was a toupee or not? Because I feel like that was a toupee.
Oh no, we did not. Oh my God, they've added us to the Munchie Bunch on locals.
Oh no.
Wait, I have to show you. Look at what locals is doing. God damn it, locals.
Well, okay, so I
Again,
was
there's too
testing
much
out.
expression in our face.
Okay, so exclusive knowledge dropping here tonight. I was testing out this shirt because Donna Adelson will be showing up on little segments with phone calls from jail on Newsy News.
Oh, great.
So I was trying to
That's
see
a
if this would
perfect
work
jail
out.
outfit.
Yeah, so I was seeing if this would work out as a jail outfit.
It works. It works.
Yeah, so I was seeing if the wig worked with this because Mr. Mugg was like, "Why are you buying so many wigs?" And I was like, "I have characters, I promise. All the people in my head have voices."
I
And
need
now it's tax deductible, so listen, honey, it's fine.
work expense. That's what I told my
Yeah.
husband about all the boxes arriving at my house over the last week. Don't worry, work expense. He's like, what work? You sit in front of your computer fucking around with other morons on the internet. What?
My
Isn't it
mother
great?
legitimately thinks I get stickers sent in the mail to me. She's like,
What?
"People send you
Oh, super stickers?
I was like, "Yes, mother. Scratch and sniff Snickers, scratch and sniff stickers. That's exactly
Stickers.
what I do." Yep. Yeah, that's what
Speaking of
happens. It's
grifting,
this weird
I
thing.
forgot to put the ticker up. You know, you guys can send Venmos and Cash App if you hate the Googles via the internet. So you can send PayPal. You can go to locals, subscribe there for all the fun memes and the ribbing that happens over there to me because they're very mean to me and it's very funny. Oh God. Like the other day when we had the computer setup stream and they screenshotted me bending over. Yeah, I'll never forgive them for that.
I liked the meme with all the wires and stuff where they had you kind of memed as a cyborg.
Snakes on a plane. Yeah.
Yes, that's
Oh,
the
no.
one.
Oh, the meme fun is so good. All right. This court this judge apparently became concerned that an investigation 2 years after the events in this case may provide evidence of a culture of mismanagement dating back to the time of the hospitalization of Maya Kowalski and before. The court's culture theory was not relevant to any statutory theory for corporate punitive damages, and no such theory was ever alleged. It was not relevant to anything. Oh, look who's decided to join us. Finally, the lawyer joins the stream.
What's up,
I know
MG?
we needed to know about Dukas Nukem stuff and all
Oh,
the
the Dukas
things.
subpoena Dukas Tecum.
I thought it was the Dukas Caucus.
Yeah.
Oh God. Finally, someone who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, just to compel a party to produce documents, basically.
Oh, MG.
You issue
Law,
it to
we're
a
so
third
glad
party.
see
To a
you.
third party that's not a party to the suit generally.
So what do you think? What do you think, by the way, of this motion that's blaming the judge for everything?
I've missed the last few minutes. I was and I had the earbud in while I was reading my kids' bedtime stories.
Oh my
So I've
God.
been kind of like half listening and half reading. So,
You are just as bad of a parent as I am.
hey, they went to sleep pretty quickly. I only made it through.
I was doing
like-
the same thing the other night while I was putting my little one down to bed. I had one earbud in, and we were listening to a trial or something, and he was saying his prayers, and I had this thought like, I'm going to hell for this.
I had it down. You know, I
don't
could
feel-
hear it, but then I was able to read. I didn't have to like talk loudly. So
Now I
they
don't
went
feel
right to
so
sleep.
bad doing it to Mrs. Flex every once in a while because I'll have my beanie in my earbud and she'll talk and I'll just have, a stream on, listening to one of you guys. And I'm like, oh,
Yep.
Oh God, Squid Pro Crow says now the stream is legit. You can all
Well.
start listening now because there is a lawyer who makes us all worthwhile. He's
Oh,
here
yeah.
and you can now listen because there's a lawyer on stream. Don't worry. Somebody alert Kurt that my stream is now legitimate. After an hour and 6 minutes, we have a
Oh.
legitimacy to the stream because there is a lawyer here. All bow down to the
I'll put
lawyer.
my
Everything
bottom
he's-
line
all
away.
opinions
Yeah.
expressed are in service of clients.
please.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back to this. All right. This judge apparently became concerned that an investigation 2 years after the events of this case may provide evidence of a culture of mismanagement dating back to the time of the hospitalization of Maya
Well,
and
it did.
before. The judge's culture theory was not relevant to any statutory theory for corporate punitive damages, and no such theory was ever alleged. It was not relevant to anything alleged in count 8 for medical negligence. That's probably because during motions in limine, it was excluded. The IJ, it's not that the plaintiff didn't know about it, but the judge excluded it.
Yeah.
And they kicked open the door, the assholes.
Dumbasses.
So, no, it wasn't in the count 8 because they weren't expecting to be able to put it in there.
Exactly.
That's weird. I got something right, MG?
Well, I mean, I mean, they couldn't rely on. I mean, they couldn't assert the IJ if it was excluded.
Right.
You
That's
know,
weird.
they couldn't. They
I mean, I'm
couldn't
not a
argue
lawyer,
that
but
it
I
was
knew
part
that.
of. They couldn't argue it was part of that theory because they couldn't. They could not bring any evidence to support it. So until they kicked the door open.
This culture theory, it's funny how this is not in quotes. Flux,
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah.
Culture theory is now not in
It's not as
sarcastic
important
quotation
anymore.
marks. This
Now it's
culture
just,
theory,
this,
if it related to anything related to the negligent training claim, which should never have been part of this trial and was ultimately eliminated by directed verdict at the close of the case. The court
Does that mean all the times they said negligent before wasn't important because now they're using the quotations?
I don't know. We have questions about how this was formatted. We're surprised that it wasn't. We're most surprised it wasn't written in Comic Sans.
Okay.
The court's approach to this matter of sanctions severely prejudiced the defendant in front of the jury at the conclusion of the case. This all happened even though Mr. Mark Anderson never made a false statement under oath, as demonstrated above. The discovery orders, which form the basis for plaintiff's motion of sanctions, should have never been entertained, let alone promulgated, and the basis upon which the court ruled was fatally flawed and false. He's calling the judge his decision fatally flawed and false?
Ooh, them's fun words.
Not even manslaughterly false. Just
Oh,
terrible.
Lord.
They're seeking attorney's fees for defending the motion for sanctions.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's just into the next sentence.
Plaintiff's motion should be denied and defendant seeks attorney's fees for defending the same. In addition, Defendant moves this court for an order sanctioning plaintiffs for presenting false testimony by Dr. Corcoran that was unsupported by any record evidence because we hid that evidence and we
Yeah,
never
'cause they-
turned it over. Dr. Corcoran's claim of a joint commission review or investigation in September of 2018 is simply false. And no basis ever existed for it because we shredded it a long time ago and there is no record of it anywhere. In addition, his claim that findings of the immediate jeopardy determination had anything to do with events occurring other than in the cardiac surgery program at defendant finds no evidentiary support and are similarly false. The tuft is standing straight up now.
Yeah.
Mona, why is
Half-man.
such
Maybe the tuft is his
to
like
be
bullshit
enraged?
detector, and so it's going to stick up because it's detecting bullshit.
Yes.
All the foregoing supports unequivocally. No italics here, Flux. It would have been better if this read, all the foregoing supports unequivocally defendant's pending
Right?
motion for a new trial. Oh, they want a new trial. DIN forthcoming. What's a DIN, MG?
Probably docket number, maybe,
The admission of Dr.
because they haven't filed them. Maybe they haven't filed the motion for new trial yet.
Oh, I thought that
I
was
guess.
supposed to be read DNR. Do not resuscitate. Okay. Well, never
So
mind.
maybe docket identification number. So usually, if you have one that's whatever if they do docket, like here in Oklahoma, we don't do docket numbers in state court stuff. So maybe they do docket numbers on there. So it'll be docket number,
Yeah, there are numbers. There definitely are
3,547 in
Yeah.
this case or something.
Yeah, it's well over 3,000. The admission of Dr. Corcoran's unsupported and false claims has gravely prejudiced defendant and helped induce an improvident result. Wherefore, defendant prays that plaintiff's pending motion that sanctions be denied. The
Document
defendant
identification number.
document. Oh, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
they do it in federal court dockets. Like bankruptcy stuff I do is they all have docket numbers pretty much. So
I got an email, by the way, while we were doing this from Mr. Anderson, which he is requesting to come and talk some more.
Wait,
Ooh.
Mr. Anderson or Attorney
Mr.
Anderson?
Anderson.
Attorney Anderson.
Oh,
Because
yes.
send him
There
a
is.
link.
I did. No, I did
Right
like an
now.
hour ago. I did an hour ago. This happened an
Oh.
hour ago, and I didn't tell you all. But I did send
He
him a
saw
link
the
in-
first few coverage days.
in
He had
case
to have seen
in case-
our
no, I told
dependency
him about
hearings.
it.
Our dependency
I-
hearing readings.
I told him about it, but I told him I apologized ahead of time that I was not very kind to him in the first 2 weeks of trial, and I apologize. But, however, he wrote back and said that was fine because he has no ego. That was his response. I have no ego, which is so
Oh, that's
great. I
great.
love him so much.
He's
No, but-
awesome.
He wants to talk because there's some real bad shit going on with the Dick defense now. They are going after. I think he'll be okay with me telling you that the Dick defense is going after the jury in a way that
Well, of
Greg
course.
says he has never seen in 40 years of practice.
Well, I don't put it past them. I mean, look at what we're dealing with.
It's a powerful. I mean, it's a powerful hospital, and these
Yeah.
people challenge the
It's
narrative.
an $8+ billion entity.
They're gonna get theirs. I don't know.
This is really scary. It's really scary, and from what he's telling me, I don't like it that he's worried. But
I mean,
Well, they're gonna
beat us
probably-
all
they're gonna
in-
pressure
the
the jury.
government. Ugh.
Yeah.
you know, why can't they just admit what they did, that they were wrong, and they need to say they're sorry? If they did, look, let me tell you
Because
something.
they brought out.
Let me just say to the Dick defense, here's how you fix things. Here's how you fix it right now. This is how you fix things. You need to give up. You need to write a fat check. You need to put all the zeros on the check, hand it over to the Kowalski family. Have a press conference. You can put it on one of those big checks,
The big checks, like
cardboard
yeah.
ones. And literally call the Kowalskis to come to the press conference with you. Hand the big check to Maya and say,
We're sorry.
we are sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
We fucked up. Like, you can use these
Say it.
words,
You can say
and
it,
the
yeah.
American public will embrace you. We fucked up. Here's the money we owe you. We will never do this to another family again. We are working night and day. We are sorry. And then go away.
See, and I think people are really would be like, all we want is an acknowledgement and a sorry, and we're
That's
okay.
it.
Like, just say sorry and let's
And you
all
know the
move
insurance
on.
is paying. All they have to
they've got
pay is the
insurance.
50 million.
Yeah.
And anyway, if they settled, because they could settle for less, they can settle. I'm
Yes,
sure the
they
family
can.
will take a settlement. If they went to the family and they'd be like, okay, look, we'll give you $150 million. That's it. That's all we can do. $150 million. The family would probably be like, yeah, okay, fine. Hand them the $150 million and say you're sorry. But if you drag this family, I'm telling you right now, if you drag this family through more years of this bullshit, of defaming them, defaming their dead mother, all of this, you will not survive it, Jay Hatch. I will make sure of it. YouTube will make sure of it. You will not survive it. Do not try me. You won't survive. Your public reputation will be dead. You have like a week or two to make this right, and it would be a wonderful Thanksgiving present to say, we had some time to reflect, and we think the best thing here to do is to be grateful for being shown our faults and where we made mistakes, and to assure the American public and the people of Florida, we do care about their health. We do care about these things. So we're going to make it right with this family. Damn!
Yeah.
Why don't you do this, Shapiro?
They can't. They
You
can't.
forgot the
See, and
go to settlement
and
with the Kushners.
I was going to say they will.
Well, they have to. Well, that's tied up in the NICA court right now, so who knows? But yeah, no, Jay Hatch. Here's the thing: you should settle with them too. Settle immediately with everybody who has a pending suit against you. Settle right now, right now. You can repair this, but if you fight like this, I promise you, you will be a national joke for the rest of time.
Yep.
Yep.
And
they're
I
probably
mean,
going to go
I
after
think
juror
a
number
lot
one.
of crazy aunties now. She's got a mouthy
I think-
redhead auntie now.
Mhm.
She's got a
Yeah.
Well, see,
We have
and
a lot of people invested in this. We
I
have
think
Legal
they
Vices invested, Nicholas Staro's invested, Flux is invested, Mo's invested, MG Law's invested. Everybody's invested. So
we'll see.
like,
And the reason I think they're going after the jurors and the reason they have to do what they're doing is because the stuff about what happened in the 2020 times came out. And so the financial stuff came out about that. And so they have to still do everything they can to keep that quiet.
yeah, we found out that they got 60 million in COVID funds. And although I did ask somebody who would know, I think I asked Dr. Corcoran about that. And I said, well, what does this mean that they got this 60 million in COVID funds? And it looks like it's just been sitting there, because every year they have like the same amount in their checking account or whatever. And he said, that's pretty usual. That's normal. That's like keeping cash flow. They're probably doing a good job. Yeah. So that's not anything we should worry about. But
but it was the per patient stuff as well that came out.
Yeah, that's
that financial lady. And so I'm like,
I went back and I watched that again, and I'm not sure that I heard that a second time. I think we may have been drinking too much.
I wasn't drinking at all, and I just knew everything she said pissed me off because I'm like,
I know it pissed me off too. But then I went back and I watched it again, and I was like, I don't know if I heard what I thought I heard. I guess we could watch it a third time and try and figure it out. But
still
it was
too much money. It's still too much money given to them for no reason.
60 million in COVID funds. I still kind of want to know what they did with them.
Oh, absolutely.
Did they save lives with that, or did they just put it into different accounts to keep the hospital stable? And was that the right use of it?
Did it go to
Maybe
bonuses?
Yeah. Did it go to administrators? Like, where did it go? I don't know. I would like to know. I feel like we should know. But I do think that this hospital, Snivels, Court TV will be more than happy to continue the smear campaign for on behalf of the hospital. They sure as shit will. They sure will. But you look, Mr. Anderson, Nick Whitney, all of you fighting for these people, we're on your side. We will help you. We will get the truth out there. We will not carry water for the hospital because this place needs to be audited and federally investigated, if you ask me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a private entity, so you're not going to get a FOIA request to them.
No.
But
especially because they have all that HIPAA stuff too. So it's like
yeah.
double.
the
whammy.
Don't they have a bunch of federal funding?
But I mean,
though?
those federal
Yes.
funds get. I mean, they get audited. I mean, so if it
I
was
was gonna
something that
say,
they got
what
through,
about-
like with the COVID stuff, like through the SBA, because I've worked for the SBA during COVID, and so like businesses that were shut down or that they get money, they had to account and provide the accounting and receipts for how they spent their funds. And so I don't know why the hospital would be different or any other entity. I mean, if you got COVID
they might
funds,
not be, and they might be. They might have been. I just don't know. I mean, we just don't know if they have been, and I hope they have been. I hope someone's paying attention. But who the hell is paying attention?
so I mean, if it's a matter, with it being the public funds, you may be able to do a FOIA to whatever entity, agency was the one responsible for giving them the funds. But
or you do a FOIA to the Joint Commission because they're.
I forgot to open up the Rumble chat. Sorry, guys. I'm always forgetting you guys. I always forget the Rumble chat, and it sucks. I'm the worst. Okay, I have it open now. Rumble chat is going.
Rumble Ghetto.
The Rumble Ghetto. And here I have all the screens. Here I have all the screens.
The misfits.
Oh, I have all the screens to do this. And yet I'm not doing it because I'm just not in.
Yes, it's Squid Pro Crow says, well, considering the hospitalizations of children during those times were less than 1%, what was all the money for?
Oh, that's a really good question.
Because there were kids basically were not affected.
Not affected
at all.
Yeah, why did all children?
As was, 97% of the population really didn't have any serious.
I would imagine that all children's probably made a wing for COVID patients to go there.
Oh my God, you guys! That's
there
a really
weren't
good question.
There were not very many.
There were no children hospitalized with
very
COVID.
Few. Very few.
Very.
I think
minimal.
And I'm kind of skeptical as to whether it was.
I know, me too. Yeah. In the entire state of New York, I think we had one pediatric death that was attributed to COVID in the entire, and New York was ground zero.
Was that
and they weren't putting kids on the ventilators.
MG. That's the we don't know. We don't know. Are we not? We're not allowed to talk about this on YouTube. Shut up right now. Stop talking about
everything
this.
Was perfect. Everything was done right. It was all.
It was wonderful.
Perfect
what a great
execution
response.
for a pandemic, for a government response to pandemic. Was perfect.
We believe the WHO, the World Health Organization.
Who?
The WHO.
Yes.
We believe everything the WHO says. Everything the WHO
CDC
says you should take very, very seriously.
Anthony Fauci is akin to
science.
He's a saint.
He is the same as science.
He does not look
His
like
name
the
is
Keebler
synonymous
elves
with
at
science.
all.
They're gonna make him the patron.
Don't make me spit out wine all over my new keyboard, Mo.
He did not fund and research any gain of function.
Nope, he didn't do any of that. That's all a lie. That's a lie. It's a lie.
They are not going to make him the patron saint of science.
He is science. He doesn't need to be a patron saint of science. He actually is.
That's fair.
So if you look up science in the dictionary, you will find Anthony Fauci's photo. The WHO, thank you, Mama Ames. The WHO is all knowing. All knowing. All of you, you respect the WHO. Understand me? You read you check their website every day before you leave the house. Every day. Before you go anywhere, you go to the WHO.com or whatever the hell it is, the World Health Organization.com, and you look at their recommendations, and then you follow each one of them.
Each and every one of them.
Each and every one before you step foot out of the house. Just saying. The Who is a great band.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Every time you say, we love the Who, that's what I think of every time I hear you say that. The Who.
We're almost finished with this. All of the foregoing supports unequivocally defendant's pending motion for new trial. The admission of Dr. Corcoran's unsupported and false claims has gravely prejudiced defendant and helped induce an improvident result. Wherefore, Defendant prays the plaintiff's pending motion that sanctions be denied, and that defendant be granted attorney's fees and costs pending the same, and that this court impose sanctions, specifically attorney's fees and costs, upon plaintiffs for the prosecution of this motion. Defendant also incorporates its motion for a new trial under Rule 1.530. I hereby certify me, Ethan Shapiro, that on November 21, 2023, I electronically filed the foregoing with the clerk of the court using e-filings through my computer on the internet on the Florida Court's e-portal system, which will provide. It was Howard Hunter that wrote this.
Oh no.
Whoops. Oh, I really thought it was Shapiro. Dang it.
Which
That's
was
all right.
filed
Shapiro
and
voice
notice
is good.
e-filing to the Council of Record. S/C Howard Hunter.
Oh, call magic night stream. Oh my god, I didn't get the notification. I can help read if you ever need me to. Well, thank you so much for that. And also, here's why you don't get the notifications. Do you know why?
Because YouTube is asshole.
Because you don't listen to me. You clearly don't listen to me. You have not listened to a word I have said. I have said to you on multiple occasions to go to meganfox.locals.com. That's right, meganfox.locals.com, where you can follow me for free and get all the notifications your little heart could desire. Because YouTube is asshole and they will not give you my notifications. So listen to me.
Yes, I get an email and a Locals app notification. I get a Gmail email and a Locals app notification every time you do something. So you
I was gonna say that
I get two notifications.
Fails. I get the email every single time, and I'm like, oh.
There,
I never get.
better.
I mean, nobody else. I never get consistent notifications for any, but I sure as hell get the Locals email every day.
Every time.
Yeah, Locals will give you. They will give you so many notifications. You will be begging them to stop.
Yep.
I literally am begging
I
them
think
to stop.
almost all of my unread Gmail emails are Locals notifications.
Yep.
For you and Nick and Nicholas and Aussie.
The chat is reminding me that we should have been playing this at the end of this.
Some sad music.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yep. That's what we need.
So much.
Exactly what we need. Because this is shameful. Okay.
I do have to dip.
Oh, all right. You're leaving.
Me too.
I do have to dip. I have been summoned by the missus.
Yeah.
So
okay.
The boss is calling you.
Thank you for having me on tonight. This was fun.
Thanks for being here.
All right, guys. Love you guys too. Have a good night.
Bye, Flux.
Good night, Mo. You're leaving too?
I am. I have to.
In your prison sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay. So Fry has to.
Full
Can I
county
see
guard
the wig?
there.
Can I see the wig?
So
please. I need the wig. Before you go, can we see the wig? So Mo has a new character that she's working on that calls in from prison.
It's Donna Adelson from Florida.
Oh, Donna! Look at this wig. This is a good wig.
That's awesome.
Oh my god, this is a good wig.
Mr. Mo is very, very worried about the amount of money I have spent on wigs lately.
Oh, don't blame him.
But
they're not cheap.
All the voices in my head now have wigs, so it's tax deductible mental health, really. I mean,
and honestly, it looks like a Medea wig.
Oh, Jingle
this
Berry
is
says,
not a very.
Donna's hair does not look good.
Well, that's actually really good that this is a real crap wig.
No, they said that your wig looks better than her hair by a lot.
Yeah.
It does. Well, that's because I worked really hard to make this look very bombshelly for my church lady from the South, who is actually just... Well, no, my church lady may be packing heat and, trying to get into male-only gyms just to pinch some butt cheeks until they, tell her not to go in anymore because they're ass.
Oh, we have a
You're
black
not going
wig
to put
around
it
here
on?
somewhere.
I thought you were going to put it on.
No, because I have to put on. Okay, for seriously.
Come on, just put it on over the hair. Nobody cares. We know your hair is under there.
Yeah. I have a black wig around here somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Sock.
I'd put it on.
It's the
We
wig
have to put
sock.
this on.
Yeah, you do. You have to put that on first. It's true. Look, this is all very interesting. We like to see how this works. See, I made her put it
The
on.
transformation.
The chat is very happy.
I'm glad. My daughter's going to be like, "Did you put a wig on internet?" And I'll be like, "Well, at least I don't have an OnlyFans that you know about."
That you know about.
Every time my kids complain about me streaming, that's going to be my new comeback. Well, at least
so-
I'm not on OnlyFans.
That you know about.
Megan,
How much more embarrassing
So-
would that be?
one of my daughter's friends, I have a friend who was like, "Oh my gosh, you're on Megan Fox." So he went
You
up
have a
and said, "Oh my
friend
god,
who
my
knows
mom's
who
so
I
geeked
am?
out."
Oh no, that's scary.
You have a friend who knows who I am? That's weird.
Well, so his mom knows who you are, and
Oh, no, that makes
Oh,
more
that's
sense.
even better.
and he's like, "My mom is so excited that your mom is on with Megan Fox." And she's like, "How the hell does my mom know who's Megan Fox is?" And she's like, "Not that Megan Fox, a Megan Fox that my mom would know." I don't.
I heard about it through the book club.
Oh my God, this is a great wig. This is so good. I can't wait to see your Donna Adelson. Oh God.
Oh my god.
She can't wear contacts. They stole them, those assholes. So listen, Charlie, if you're reading this on the internets, I tried to go to Vietnam. They caught me. They took my cell phone. I erased it and I wiped it with a Clorox wipe. That's what you meant about bleach bidding it, right? Charlie? Anyone?
Oh
yes.
God. Mo, this is going to be so good. When are you debuting this?
Just
Well,
now.
so
She just
I
did.
have I have her, I have Sarah Boone, but that takes a little bit longer because I have to do
Chat
finger
is
waves.
dying. They're dying.
Okay,
They're
well, I'm glad
dying.
because I was wondering if it was in poor
Yeah.
taste because these people allegedly unalived people. I mean, Sarah, her fun-sized boyfriend in a
Yeah.
Samsonite,
Oh,
allegedly. Donna.
You know, I've never seen the hair net work like that. I never knew how to actually do it right. I've been doing it wrong this whole time. I've been putting my hair in a bun and then putting the net over that. And you did this weird twisty thing where it just disappeared on your head.
Down over.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna try
so-
that.
What cap there?
Yeah, that's what I did. No, I don't have a Sarah Boone wig. I actually do a mock bob and then do finger waves in front.
Oh, fabulous.
Way
Way too
too
much
much
time.
time.
So I did Sarah
Look,
Boone
if you
for
guys have
Nightly
not-
Newsy News on Halloween.
If you have not subscribed to Mo in the Deep End,
Yes.
you are missing out.
Yes,
She
you
is
are.
the most outrageously undersubscribed channel on YouTube. She is so damn funny. If you want to laugh, and I appreciate creators who make me laugh. And Mo, oh my God, Mo can send one text to me and I am laughing for 5 hours. It's retarded how much I love this woman. You need to
I
get
do
on
have
her
a
channel.
business wig.
Yes. Yes. You need to do your business.
Oh,
My husband
God.
is very afraid.
He should be.
He's like, "Do I even want to ask?" Because I said, "Oh my God, they're having a sale on wigs." He's like, "Do I want to ask?" I was like, "Probably not, but it's going to be hilarious."
Oh God. It's so good.
And he's like, "So how
good.
many foam heads am I getting are coming in from Amazon?" I was like, "Look, you don't want to
Only
ask."
34.
I only have one wig that I bought to do my character that I did years ago on my channel. I had this SJW character that I named Zoe Ginsburg, and I had this blue and black wig that was like this stripy bob with a braid in it, and I would put an earring in my nose that around a hoop that looked like a nose ring.
Yeah.
And I would sit and just pretend to be woke, and it was very funny. Well, I wore that wig again. I don't remember what it was for, but I showed up on one of Farron's streams, Farron Balanced, when she still had a channel. because I was in hiding for some reason, and she didn't get the joke, and it was really funny because she was like, "What are you doing in that wig?" but it's my only wig. I need a bunch of wigs. I think you've just given
Okay,
me
so I
Mhm.
will say,
my Christmas list.
No, Mo,
okay, what is the
you need to
site I can
plan on your business day. You need to have a crock pot mill, as Haley Wolf is saying. Haley Wolf says, just don't.
the other white meat.
In the
the other
5-gallon bucket.
other white meat,
Do not look in the crock pot.
long pork. The
Rebel
other white meat.
Gypsy is the website that I buy. They're actually really nice wigs. So
Oh my God.
if you're
We
just
should make
using them,
business chili on a local street.
Oh no.
Yes,
oh,
a cooking stream.
can you imagine cooking with business?
Oh God. Oh, half Irish said,
Halderson.
Megan Fox, can you please introduce Mo to Chrissy Mayer? Yes. Yes. I need to. Poor Chrissy. She's all pregnant now.
Yeah. And she
I
was
didn't
just
do
like
it.
horrified
Look,
her on
I didn't
stream
even
the
do
other
it.
night.
No, we did not.
Yes, you
She's
did.
She's expecting it to be bad. Everybody expects it to be bad. Every single woman who
No
gets
one,
pregnant
and then it happens, and you're
expects
like,
it
I
to
did
be
not
bad.
expect this.
Look,
You
if
don't
I
expect the
survived
you
it
don't
6
expect the epidural
times,
to not work or to come out of
Well,
your back like it happened to my wife.
yeah,
My
that's
wife's blood
true.
Come
pressure
loose.
hit 200 over 140 when she was getting her spinal.
Oh.
She was
Look,
terrified.
Yeah.
it's a horrible thing, which is why I encourage Chrissy to try and do all the natural stuff first.
Yeah.
Because if you're
She-
planning on doing it
We
that
tried.
way, if you're planning that and then it doesn't work and you need the meds, well,
Yes.
then you either
And
get
that's
them
what
and
we
it
did
works,
both times. My wife was
or
in
you
labor
don't.
for a little over 3 days with our first child. It was awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
We
Yeah, it was
induced
no, I
bad.
only
was like,
because
give me an epidural now,
Yeah, we
please.
did the
Although I
epidural
should have
and
just asked for an epidural for teenage years. Through
that's
childbirth,
what we
fuck
need.
that.
Yes.
Teenage years, I'd like to be sedated.
You go terrible twos, three-nagers, and then you actually get the teenager, it's just 10 times worse.
See,
my
my
wife,
teenagers have been good.
Teenagers.
we
Mine have been good. I haven't been. Sorry, Brad. What'd you say?
my wife went full term and she went in to her OB and he said, "Well, when do you want to be induced?" And she goes, "I don't know." He goes, "You want to do it tonight?" So then she went on the Pictocin and she
Oh
did
no.
24
Hate
hours of
that shit.
Pictocin
Oh,
Yeah,
and he wasn't
happens
coming
every time.
because
Happens every time.
his head was stuck. He wasn't
Oh.
sitting on her cervix, so she
Mm-mm.
wasn't dilating.
oh.
So what did they
Yeah.
C-section?
Yeah, they had to do the non-emergency
Damn it.
C-section.
And you
I
know,
hate
here's
that.
the
They
thing.
did that.
That's what
Mhm.
happens every time they put you on the Pitocin.
Yep.
If you don't go into labor, they don't tell you this either because they just want to get to their golf game. So they're like,
Exactly.
they know damn well that they're going to end up cutting you. So they let you go through 24 hours of absolute hell to just end up cutting you. I gave birth in the 24th hour from a Pitocin induced labor.
Yeah, we
And I,
waited as long as possible to do the Pitocin, and so we didn't have to do C-sections on our. But yeah, the epidural didn't work. It worked the first time. It worked pretty well until it came loose. And like my dad had flown in. He was actually doing work at the hospital, and so we went and got lunch, and because she was feeling good, and I come back and she's like, I can see her right as I'm coming down the hall. I can see her like in pain. And I look, and she's like, "Oh no, I'm hurting." And the bed was wet. It had come loose, and was just epidural medicine just going into the. So they had to come in and
oh,
redo it. Of course, by that time, she's like, they'd done the Pitocin for a while, and she was in pain. They come and redo it, and it did not catch back up before she gave birth. And then the second time, the epidural didn't work at all. So like she
oh
got
my
it and
God.
nothing. And because they do it and they wait and then give you the Pitocin a little while after they do the epidural, and it just didn't work. So the second one, she pretty much had a natural childbirth.
We're hoping
That's
that
what
She wanted to
can-
do.
happened to me the
She
third
wanted to do
time.
that, but
And they lied to me. They lied to you too, which is incredible. So
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't just say, honey, it's too late to get more dose for you. You're just going to have to
yeah.
push through.
Well, and that's
But they
the
didn't
when
say
it,
that. They
yeah,
just
they're like, we
said,
can reset it. The
he's
second one,
coming.
yeah,
He's
they said we can
coming.
reset it, but it may not, because at that point she was at like an 8. And so
No,
they were like,
what I
we can do
love
it again, but it's not going to work before you give birth. And she's like, okay, well, I'm just going to push through it. And
Oh,
I love the
yeah.
student nurses. I got the student nurses every goddamn time.
Oh,
It's
God.
like, you're a I'm
oh
like, are you
no.
doing shadow puppets or do you know what the hell you're doing?
Yeah.
That, and then after my second one, I'm like, look, I go from 0 to 100 in about 3 minutes. So if I
Mhm.
tell you I'm there, I'm there. I know what I'm talking about. So at baby 5, I'm like, when I'm telling you I'm there, okay? I'm gonna need you to be at the end of the bed.
To catch the baby.
Yeah, just because it's coming out.
Everyone's like, fine, no.
Okay, yeah.
I'm like, he's here. And they're like, holy shit, don't move. I'm like,
I
no.
have to
Woman who's had
I
4
told
other
you.
children fall out her body could tell you nothing. Never
See
mind.
what Nick Campbell wrote. Shapiro couldn't have written that motion. He was parachuted into his cruise with his wife and kids.
I have a theory that he missed that entire vacation. They left without
Good.
him.
Good.
His wife's boyfriend went.
Yeah, I mean, he was there.
Oh man. Yes. Pualani, who's behind right now. She says, I'm way behind, but the judge asked
He
many
did.
witnesses questions during proffers. He sure did, including the psych gal about the reported essay. He sure did. So that was a really illegitimate complaint in this
Yeah.
motion. Totally illegitimate. The judge had
Yeah,
every
they didn't care
right.
when the witness supposedly helped them. So
Yeah, the judge had every right to ask questions of
yeah,
witnesses
during a
a
proffer, judges will do that.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to go to bed because I get up at 5 to find ridiculous news stories for
Yes.
everyone.
Well, we will miss you. We love you here. Please come back often.
I will. I've got
And have a wonderful
Delphi
Thanksgiving.
stuff.
And wait,
Yes.
before you go, I've been asking everybody. Mo, do you guys do green bean casserole?
I make it. I don't eat it.
All right, I finally found someone who makes it.
Yeah,
I
we do
make
it.
it, but I'm
Yeah.
the only one who eats it. Oh, you do
Yeah.
it too,
We
Angie?
well,
Okay.
my wife wakes. I will eat it. The kids don't touch it, but I
The
will
kids,
eat it.
my kids won't touch it.
I
and
don't
I
care
eat it.
for it, but I'll do it because my wife
Oh, I
makes
love it.
It's
So
like a
I'll eat it.
Midwest thing. I feel like I
It is.
have to make it. It's
Yes.
just
Yeah. We see we're doing lasagna this year instead of turkey. So we're gonna do homemade
Interesting.
lasagna.
Ooh,
But we're still making
that's
the green bean
interesting.
casserole.
With
So-
between you, me,
lasagna.
and
Well,
the
because my
internet.
wife's like, we got to do the green bean casserole. I was like, okay, so I got a little bag of the string beans, and it's like, there you go. She's like, it's not very many. I said, we're the only ones that eat it. Nobody else can eat it.
Well, that's
And she
true.
just had
I
knee
mean, I'm the
surgery,
only
so you
one
don't
who
want to
eats it
have
too.
everybody coming over and all that. So we're not having anyone over.
Yeah.
It's just going to be the 4 of us.
I've
So
done
the kids
that.
won't
It's
eat.
kind of
We're doing
fun.
lasagna. So
Well, everybody go over to Mo in the Deep End and subscribe right now. Do it now because she's on the way out. And you have a wonderful night, Mo. We love you.
yes.
Between you, me, and the internets, if we could just order Papa John's and I could sit in front of the fire and drink a bottle of wine, a glass of wine,
A box of wine.
A
box of wine.
I'll
Or a
tell you what, Mo.
box.
We found at our store here, Meyer, one of the best pizzas I've found frozen. It's called Freschetta.
hmm
Yeah. I'm trying to not eat carbs right now.
Oh, yeah.
Pray for my
Oh.
family now and at the hour of their safety.
Oh, God. Oh, well, just give them more green bean casserole.
Yeah.
Someone has to eat it.
Good night.
See you, Mo.
Oh.
Oh, what do we do?
What'd you do?
That was I don't know. Well, when she left, it screwed up our view. We needed the
Oh.
4 to make that work properly. All right. So Thanksgiving. What's everybody doing for Thanksgiving? I'm going to my sister's, who is sick but does not have COVID. So we're all going to get whatever cold she has.
Yes.
Oh, joy.
All right. So get this. So I was playing this joke on my brother-in-law that now got ruined. So they came the last time my sister and brother-in-law came to visit me, they brought their dog and they didn't tell me they were bringing him,
Oh, that's fun.
which is weird because they normally tell me. So I think she just forgot to tell me. So the dog shows up and I have a dog. And these two don't get along very well. Jack is my sister's dog, and Captain Jack Sparrow is his name. And Captain Jack he's a standard poodle, and he's a little snappy, and not at people, but at the other dog. So Archie Ruckus, who loves other dogs, did not understand the snappy behavior, and it suddenly became, and they got along fine the last time they were together. But for whatever reason, this time, they started an actual pissing contest. They started pissing all over my house, all over my house. And it was the entire visit was us following them around with paper towels and screaming at them. So then they ended up going out onto my back porch, which is screened in. And then they pissed all over my screen porch. Both of them. I mean, it was horrible. We were screaming and laughing and crying, and then screaming and laughing and crying. It just went around like this. And this had never happened before. Captain Jack has always been snappy, but never like caused a problem like this. So my husband, who was at the end of his rope, says to my brother-in-law, "It's okay, because we're coming to you for Thanksgiving, and we're bringing Archie." And my brother-in-law is like, "I just put in new floors. Like, I just put."
Should have thought about
that. And so Mr. Fox is all, "Well, I don't know what to tell you, but we're bringing him, right? That's what you get." So I have, for the last several weeks, when we decided we were coming, I have sent my brother-in-law photographs of Archie Ruckus every day on his phone. I have sent him pictures of Archie Ruckus saying, "Archie Ruckus is so excited to see Uncle Ben.
He can't wait."
Every single day. So my sister texts me today, and Stephanie goes, "Are you really bringing him? Because Ben is insisting that we put Captain Jack in a kennel." So he had to ruin the joke with his anxiety, and I had to tell them that I'm not actually bringing him. I had this whole plan that I was going to put him in the car tomorrow
and take a photo.
picture and send it to him. But apparently Jack was going to get punished for this, because Jack was getting sent away to a kennel so that Archie could live in his house. So their joke got ruined. But I feel really bad for causing my brother-in-law so much anxiety that it could have induced maybe a heart attack before Thanksgiving. I had no idea that he was feeling that anxious about it, that he was willing to board his own dog so that mine could come.
Just Scotch guard everything. You'll be fine.
They just spent so many thousands of dollars redoing their floors. Oh man. Damn. All right. So what are you guys doing for I'm going to see my sister. What are you doing?
We're staying home because, like I said, my wife had knee surgery for her ACL a month ago.
Oh, how's that going?
She's actually doing really good. I mean, it's mostly like all the scabs are pretty much gone. It's healed up really well. She can actually lift her leg on her own now, because I mean she used to have to she still wears the brace most of the time, but she'll go without crutches most places.
Can she sleep?
Oh yeah, she sleeps.
I remember the sleep was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad there for a couple of weeks, but yeah, she sleeps much better now. But yeah, it's she's on it a lot during the day with the kids because she homeschools, and so
she does.
She just by the time I get home from work, she's like, she'll eat a little bit for dinner. She's like, I'm going to the bedroom. I was like, that's fine. Go lay down and rest. So she gets her rest.
Well, I have done Thanksgiving for just the family here because we moved away from family and we live in New York, and my family now is in Arizona. So we're not close. And my husband's family then moved out of Chicago and now they're in Wisconsin. So we're not together anymore. So I've had to do several Thanksgivings with just me and the kids and Mr. Fox. And I still do, like, the incredible spread. I
Yeah.
still do it, and we eat all day.
Yeah.
And it's actually really fun because it's like really chill, and we pull out a puzzle and we will puzzle. We'll do in fact, I'm going to
Yeah.
bring some puzzles to my sister's house because we have these fun puzzles. But it is fun that I get when my sister, so I moved to New York, but I ended up moving closer to Stephanie. We're only 5.5 hours away from her.
Only 5.5 hours.
So, yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
See, I'm only
not
like
bad.
9 hours from my parents. So
That's
yeah,
still not
they
bad.
usually come.
That's-
They were supposed to come out this past weekend, but with the surgery, we were like, my wife's like, I don't want to have to
Yeah,
be
she
around
can't-
anybody if I'm gonna be hurting.
she
I don't want to
can't do that.
entertain.
No,
And so
she can't do that.
I told them the day or two after the surgery. I told my dad, I was like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna want anybody over. He's like, I figured we'd be. They had planned for it. He said, I hadn't booked hotels or anything yet. I knew that was probably going to be the case. So we usually
Brad,
do.
Brad, you need to quickly, Brad, would you post a picture of the test turkey in the locals chat so I can share it in a minute?
Oh yeah.
Because I wanted to tell him about that. Sorry, MG, continue.
No, it's okay. And so, but we normally, at least as a family, will do the turkey and all of that for Thanksgiving. Last year we had my daughter's best friends. They're Korean, and they'd never done Thanksgiving, so we had them over for
fun.
Thanksgiving, and we did
That's
turkey. We
super
did
fun.
everything, and it was great. But we're not doing it this year just because my wife just doesn't want to deal with entertaining anyone. She said, I don't want to be in the kitchen all day, and I said, well, I'll cook everything. And then I got to thinking, I don't want to be in the kitchen all day, so I didn't get a turkey. My kids are like, are we going to have turkey? I'm like, no, we're having lasagna.
Are you making this lasagna or did you just get Stouffer's?
No, we're making it. We get the,
'Cause you-
it's the no bake noodles because that's basically that's what they have at Aldi now. But yeah, when we do
yeah, the
everything,
no-bake
Italian
yeah.
sausage, and we make it. We do all of
Well,
it.
have you tested it? Do you
Yeah,
know
we've
it's good?
Yeah, my wife's she's been making it. She made it before a couple of times before her knee surgery. Made a big batch of it so that I'd have stuff to just heat up. She wouldn't have to cook anything, and so I'd had a serving of lasagna for dinner.
Nice.
And so yeah, we're gonna do that.
Well, this beautiful bird, this
All
is
right.
IT Goatee Brad's test turkey. So this man has never made a turkey before for the dinner. So he actually bought 2 turkeys and then did a test turkey this week.
Yeah. Now,
Reminds me,
did
I
you
gotta-
did it like do the whole Christmas vacation thing when you tried to cut into it?
It's surprisingly no. But this was the first time that I've done it, and in deviating from the standard roast, I decided I was going to do the worst kind of thing because 1, I had to do a brine overnight,
Mm-hmm.
and then 2, have you heard of spatchcocking a turkey?
Yes. But that
Or
doesn't look like a
spatchcocking in
spatchcocked.
general.
That doesn't look spatchcocked.
It is though. That's the crazy thing.
How? On the backside?
So
Oh.
because you're laying it out so that
Yeah.
all of the meat is trying to be on the tray as much as possible.
Oh, I see. So you broke the back on well, no,
Yeah.
the back
No,
is
you
on
remove
this
the
side.
spine.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you remove all of that.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
Yeah, we
Well,
usually
it's-
get
it
we
was
get
a
a
hit.
young turkey and then cut out underneath and spread it open. And
Yep.
the most of the work on the turkey is the prep.
Yeah.
The
This
brining
is
and
all
all
that was
that.
left.
Oh,
This
God.
is all that was left after that. We thought he should go and gift it to a homeless shelter, but apparently they just scarfed it down
Yeah.
over there.
well, it's a
So
14.
good.
They're 2 yeah, 12,
12
14,
pounds, I thought you said.
12 or 14, one of the two.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
No,
my wife started eating it, and she goes, "Oh my God, I can't stop eating this."
Yeah, it's so
And then because it was just the juiciest, and the
yeah, it's so good.
I can pull up the brine recipe.
Yeah, I think ours is from like a Cook's Illustrated that my wife had from years ago. It was like some sort of turkey breast thing, and we used the bag the first couple of times, but last year we didn't use a bag on it. It was still just as juicy, if not juicier. So
The bag, I've
gallon
heard
bucket.
about this, but we've never done that. My husband actually grills a turkey every
you have to
year.
make sure you put
because
flour in the bag or it will explode.
we put he does wood smoke in the grill. So
Ooh,
he smokes it
yeah.
with wood chips in the grill. It's so good. I would not want it to be any other way. It's so damn good. Are you Brad, did you just share that?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I was
'Cause
gonna
I
say,
just saw
why
yours.
does it look like me? I did it. Dang it. Oh my God. Brad can post comments as me. That's
Ooh,
dangerous.
that could be fun.
What is this? Little Dog says he said that Megan Fox was one of the streams that they would go to after a trial day to get feedback and make changes as the trial was going. Who said that?
Nick Whitney. If
Don't
up
tell me
earlier.
Whitney said that.
Shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, up a little higher. She said that
Is this on Rob's stream tonight? He said that?
at
Must have.
9:19, Little Dog said you were mentioned by Nick Whitney on Law and Lumber stream as someone they watched during the Maya trial.
He's going to be birding.
Oh my God. I want to see Rob's face when that said. Oh, I love you, Rob. Man, no way. Well, I knew that some of them were watching because, and by the way, Dr. Corcoran found our channel because his wife found our channel. And I say our channel because this channel belongs to the chat too. I always say we because I mean me and you, chat. We're together on this. We're a combination deal. But Triple G, which is hilarious because they now call each other Triple G and Dr. Goodhair. We have single-handedly increased the happiness of a married couple because they now have an inside joke, which is so fun. So Triple G started watching our coverage kind of early on in the trial, but she was quiet. I don't think she's ever said anything in the chat. And I called her one day the gregarious Greek goddess, and it just stuck. And so she's Triple G, and she liked that, and she laughed out loud. And Joe told me when he first contacted me, he's like, you made my wife fall out, basically. Like she just laughed and laughed and laughed. And so, yeah, she was watching. So I figured if she was watching and then he was watching, he would probably forward it on to, and I know for a fact that Greg Anderson saw some of the memes because he was the one who brought it to Joe's attention. Like, hey, you're a thing. Did you know that you're a thing? Did you know that the internet is talking about you? So I feel like this is really an interesting moment in time where up until now, these high profile attorneys in these high profile cases have ignored us until now. Mm-hmm. And this is a weird and kind of wonderful thing where all of a sudden they're not only watching. We knew that Johnny's team was watching, but they never admitted it. They never admitted it.
Yeah.
Now they don't care. Greg's team's like, we don't care.
I knew that the whole like the Shopkins thing was getting on my nerves. It was like you knew that was.
Do you think he was watching our channel?
He had to be.
And got the Shopkins thing from here, you guys?
Maybe.
Oh my God, chat! You did it.
So
you
incessant
broke through.
Everything.
You broke through.
It was so rehearsed that they all mentioned the Shopkins.
He says it drove me friggin' nuts when he said that in front of the jury. I died. Whitney was very complimentary of the call. Well, now I have to go and watch it. All right, guys, here's what we're gonna do. When I end this stream, we're going to Locals, and we're gonna watch that interview on Law and Lumber. Okay, we're gonna watch it on Locals because I'm not gonna stream snipe him on YouTube. That would be rude.
No, it's not.
Because it's rude. It is.
I did it to Nick a couple of weeks, like last week.
He
had Robert
care.
Barnes on. And I was like into my stream. I was like, we're gonna snipe him because I know he didn't care.
But Rob would care. Mexican Vader says we're famous. Yes, you're famous, chat. You did it. You did it, chat. You did it. And it's seriously you guys because you're the funniest fuckers ever. Like seriously, you're so funny. And this is, by the way, this is an indictment to everyone who's ever said women are not funny. Because my chat is 80% women. 80% of you.
It's the 20% that gives the me.
Fuck off. You cannot be serious. It is not. It is. I happen to know.
Your prolific meme creator is named Nick, so I don't want to hear
this. That's true. Nick may identify as a female. We don't know. We have not asked him his pronouns. There are many funny women in this chat. I will have you know.
Yeah, Nick's like, I don't.
Nick, it was just. Can you for?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. We were going so well.
got her. I don't know what's up because she's not the only one that StreamYard freezes up on. It happened to somebody it happened to Legal Vices yesterday or today. Just like completely.
Law and Lumber got it too.
I think it may have been that he was watching a stream hearing of some kind. It just like locked up, and then he came back in, and there were two of him, and his other one was frozen. So,
We'll just disappear that for a second.
Yeah, well, that's a good expression though. Oh man.
So what kind of legal fun have you been up to?
I've been rewatching the Travis Rudolph trial,
Yeah.
which was a good one. So we're gonna finish up, I think, day 5 tonight. Here in we'll start in about 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
And then depending on how much I have to be on the road for court in the morning, first thing, so it won't be too late tonight.
Oh no. I'm surprised
and
court's
so-
even happening tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, we have one hearing set tomorrow, and I get to go to it. Like half the
Joy.
office is out,
Yeah.
and I'm like, shit. I'm the one that's got to drive 2 hours to court, and for a hearing that's going to take 10 minutes at most.
That's why you just zoom it, just like.
Well, they don't do that in Oklahoma anymore.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's in person.
Ugh.
The couple of the bankruptcy courts will do some video hearings, but that's rare. Most of those are in person now too. So yeah, we do
Device
in
not
person
connected.
stuff. So, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna try to duck out early, but
Right.
one of my legal assistants was out all 3 days this week. So
I'm fired?
Brad, can you hear me?
Yes.
yeah, you're here.
I can't hear you.
I don't know why.
Turn your headphones on.
No.
Shit. They got her.
Well, we just made her sounds and her volume stuff just infinitely more complex in order to be
Yes.
able to reroute system audio into the input channel for her microphone to be able to
yeah.
put it into StreamYard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we were talking about Darrell Brooks on earlier.
Oh my god.
And I knew that he had put in for his appeal, but I didn't.
Oh, he has?
check.
Oh my gosh, I need to find that and read it.
Well, I don't think it's actually submitted, but apparently in April they did another hearing on compensation for victims.
Oh, okay.
And in addition to the $171,000 that he was ordered to pay at when he was sentenced, they added an additional $561,000 on top of it because he could get a book or movie deal with his story.
Yes, he could.
So they said
Yeah.
because of the fact that you might be infamous at some point in the future, we're going to just.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
Brad,
Ground.
Why am I fired?
what is happening?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not fired. I didn't mean that. I say things.
What browser are you using?
Edge.
See, I never had problems
This
with
has not happened until we plugged in the new thing. So it's
Well,
either
It's either the volume stuff that we did or.
yeah.
Could be.
So we screwed around with the sound, and we also did this.
I did not do that.
No, that was me. That was me. So that was weird. I didn't know that if you hit the space bar, that it takes you out. No, that wasn't
You
it.
must have been highlighted on the bottom panel there. Maybe it had remove up.
What?
You hit
Oh, maybe. And then I
you
hit the space
so
bar.
that way your
Yeah.
window down there was what was active. and so you
Maybe.
hit
Maybe.
space.
I don't. You guys,
I don't know.
I'm cursed. I'm cursed. It's not. And all I have to say is, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry.
It's still entertaining. It's okay.
Apparently, it's never going to get any better. So just have a drink.
1 hour, 21
Your-
minutes,
your
according to
giant
Little
glass.
Dog.
What did you say,
Your-
MG?
Your gigantic wine glass.
Oh my God! I had.
Oh my!
I poured 3/4 of a bottle of wine in this glass.
A whole one will fit in that glass.
I know a whole one will fit, but
Yeah.
I was being circumspect. I was like, well, I'm not going to need the entire bottle. And look, I was right. I got through
Yeah.
that stream without.
Oh man, we went to my parents for Christmas. It's probably been 10 years ago, and my dad's sisters each had ones that big, full. When we walked in the door, they were just drinking. So my wife, she's like,
This
"Yeah,
glass is literally
remember the
almost
gigantic
as
wine
head.
glasses."
I have one that actually my husband's boss gave me that said, "Mommy's busy." It said, "Not now, Mommy's busy." It was very fun.
My wife's got one that says "Mommy's sippy cup" on it.
Nick, I hate to tell you this about the Rumble studio.
No.
So I'm being ghosted now by my by my locals guy, who is my Rumble contact also. He was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to have that to you like by tomorrow." He's like, "I've contacted
Maybe he's
them.
on vacation this week.
They said it was okay." And then then I was like, "Hey, did you hear anything about that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, let me check on that." So he goes to check on it. Don't hear anything from him for a couple days. I send him another email. I'm like, "Hey, so what's going on with the beta testing?" And yet no response.
Well, they just had a very big DDoS, so I
they did
imagine
today.
What does that mean?
So it's
Again,
distributed
holy
denial
shit.
of service. So imagine getting a million
Lots of-
monkeys to throw poo at their servers and cause it to suck.
That's basically what happens. You get millions upon millions of server hits a second.
Okay,
So
that's not good.
And it
if
just
Rumble
overloads.
has, I think the largest stream was when Crowder released the Transfesto, and
Right.
they had like 200,000 peak on there. So if you go from 200,000 and you're like breaking at the seams trying to host that many people on one stream, and then you go from that to a million requests.
Yeah, it just shuts you down.
It's not big requests, it's just small tiny things that just fill it up.
Yep.
All right. Well, all right. So maybe they're busy right now. But hopefully I will be able to do that beta testing and we'll see if that's the thing. Look, here's the thing. You guys get to be in on the ground floor of the tech support that's happening here. We are eventually going to get, I mean, it's riveting television finding out what is wrong with Megan's computer and her skills. We've been working on it. We had a Take the Chat to Work Day stream today where we did nothing but tech support. And it was riveting. I don't know why you people tune in for this, but you do. And it's fun. We've been having fun. We're going to
the biggest thing we got out of it was a ding button.
You want to hear it?
Dong.
That's what we did today. It only took us 5 hours. I didn't even get my voice mod put in. I'm working on it though.
Do you have like a stream deck or?
Yes, I got this
sweet.
new. Look, I got this new stream deck.
Hell
But
yeah.
see, here's the thing. And look, I can push a button and I can change things. Look,
Yeah.
look. Oh, I can make me big and you small. I didn't even know I
Yeah.
could do that. See, I can change buttons around and I can hit things and I can make things happen with a button. However, and so the biggest
pushing buttons is not going to be good.
I know it's not a good thing. I can mute myself. Hear me? Oh, look now I'm unmuted. I can do a ding. We have a counter, but we can't figure out how to get it on the screen yet.
Yeah, you need a Mr. Anderson soundbite. Every time I
don't know how to do any of that. I want to
Mr.
put
Anders.
these things on the buttons, but we still don't know how to do that yet. So like
there's software. There's software, isn't there, to like load those things in?
I don't freaking know. I'm trying to figure out how to get this.
Unacceptable.
I want that on a button. and I want like squats on a button, but we don't know how to do it yet.
The
Hey,
problem is that
have you ever seen my fake news intro? This is fun. Fake news.
Fake
So
I
news.
haven't seen that.
I would like to put that on a button, but
Well, the problem, MG Law, is that StreamYard is not OBS,
Yeah.
and most of those integrations are built in for OBS and not
Yeah.
for StreamYard.
do you want to teach me how to do OBS, Brad?
The problem with OBS is that you can't have friends, so
Yeah,
What-
it's harder. It's harder to have more people in.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, that's difficult.
This is Nick. This is so mean and yet so funny. Oh,
Yeah.
it's so yeah, poor recovery addict. He does try to help. He has been DMing me about things, but you know, the man has no time. I can't take up his time. I can't do it to
Yeah.
him. He's like streaming all day long. But he is very helpful and he has answered a lot of questions that I've asked him. But Brad, IT goatee Brad here knows what he's doing.
Mhm.
All right, he did something that is making my computer shut off every couple of hours. However, he's going to fix that.
if it's my fault,
Whose fault? I haven't touched this
It could
computer,
be-
Brad.
because other
StreamYard.
programmers making things that were putting our software on your
Yeah.
computer.
What?
So
Who?
the people programmers who are creating the programs that you're putting on your computer to make all this work,
Oh,
maybe they don't talk well to each other, or
Yes.
well,
you know,
that's
there's a
possible. Well,
bug in their
we
software.
may not be able to use that. Here's what we're going to have to do, I guess. The voice meter is going to have to we're going to have to unplug the Stream Deck, right? First, because that's probably easiest, and see if it happens. Because we're going to do Rob's interview on locals after this. So should I unplug the Stream Deck and see if we still have the same problem? And if we do, then we know it's the voice meter. Shit! My entire screen just went dark.
Screensaver, move your mouse.
What did I do? What? Yeah, there's some weird crap going on here,
Oh,
Brad.
Hmm.
It's fine now, it's back, but it like flashed to the voice meter just by itself. All I
Hmm.
saw was voice meter, and then it went back to where I am.
Yeah,
So-
that's
Maybe it's voice meter. Maybe that was the universe telling me it's voice meter.
Could be.
Should we get rid of it? Oh, there it goes again.
I saw a flicker.
yes.
Oh.
Well, I see your screen. Like your screen, went dark.
Oh, that's
and bright
because
back.
I put my mouse on it. Apparently, you can't put your mouse on it or it goes to it. Sorry. I will stop touching things. Maybe this is all my fault, but I wasn't touching anything when it went dark. Okay. All 495 of you, listen up, listen closely, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We are moving over to meganfox.locals.com. We are going to watch Nick Whitney on Rob's Law and Lumber's channel. Okay. Now, I encourage all of you to give Rob the click first. Go click over on his
Yes.
stream and like it and subscribe to his channel. Because I'm not trying to take Rob's views. I just want to watch it myself and I have it. And I know that you guys would like to watch it with me. But also give Rob a view. Okay. And you can watch it over there later as well. We probably will not watch the whole thing. I'm just going to skip through and find the part where Nick Whitney talks about me because according to Kurt, I am a narcissist, and so that's what I would be doing is looking for things
Yes.
about me and
That's
me
right.
only, right?
Exactly.
All right, MG, are you coming with us?
No, I have a stream starting in 2 minutes.
Oh, well, all right. Drift away.
Well,
Drift away.
yeah, we've been doing a rewatch of the Travis Rudolph trial. So we're on the lead investigator right now. I think she's on cross-examination, day 5. We should finish up with that tonight. And then since I have to be up early to go to court, I don't know what else I'll do tonight. Usually I'm going to like 12:30, 1 o'clock Central. I won't be that late tonight. And then tomorrow night, I think I'm just going to have a chill, like just kind of a Friendsgiving, play games type thing on
Oh, that's
stream,
fun.
just to hang out. I'm not sure about Thanksgiving night. may do something. Just 'cause there are people out there who don't have anything, anyone to be with, and so just kind of hang
That's
out and
sweet.
just chill. So, you know,
What kind of games do you play?
usually it's a Jackbox like Quiplash or there's a murder trivia. It's just fun stuff. You could
That sounds like a lot of
get to
fun.
type in your own answers to questions and things, so you make it as
I
fun.
did some of those on Meme Copium stream, and it was hell for me. It was so bad. I was terrible at it.
And then sometimes I'd stream Xbox games. Jessica Reloaded and I will play like Party Animals or something, and because we can play those together in the same lobby, and so just go around and just beat each other up in this little stuffed animal game. Hilarious because they're almost like they're drunk running around. They just wobble around, and it's hard to control them. So you're just like running around punching, trying to hit each other.
All right. Well,
It's
if you are not
hilarious, so.
joining me on Locals, go and join MG Law on his stream because it sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah. So.
All
we'll see
right.
how thanks for having me on. I wish I could have been on earlier, but I had to get the kids to bed. So
That's okay. I forgive you. I knew you were coming eventually, and I understand the child thing because we're
fine.
all going through it, aren't we? But it's always good to see you.
And dehydrated. Yes, it is. It is MG Law, no space. You can just type at the MG Law, and it should come up with my little avatar picture. There's a bunch. Apparently, there's a bunch of MG Law channels. I don't know.
And if you guys have not subscribed to him, go and do that right now because he's a bro. So MG Law is great.
We
and
try
we
to
love
keep it laid back and just have fun, not too serious. We're rewatching trials that everybody's already seen, so we just make fun of it. The other night I watched the Michael Mattioli trial, which happened last week, or week before, and we got to closing arguments, or to the defendant took the stand, and so the audio was so shitty that we just muted it and read the captions as the attorney and the witness. And we did the same thing with closing arguments. We just went ahead and we just read the captions.
Legal Vices and I did that for one of the depositions that was going on for the Maya Kowalski trial because it was
the audio's so bad. We just read
the captions.
captions.
Want to hear the audio. Let's just read the captions. It was so freaking funny.
Yes. We do our own voice for it. Yeah, it was, and change voices. Somebody's like, "Oh, do Kermit." Do different voices as you go along, and just have fun with it.
Give me again. I'm subscribed to your channel, but when I go and search for it, it doesn't come up. Why? Say again.
Somebody said that last night, and others were like, "It pops right up."
I found it.
Well, there it is. Now I got it. Okay, there's no space between MG
no
and
space.
Law.
It's no space.
There's no. How am I not subscribed? Did they unsubscribe me?
They probably did. They've done that to others.
Those bastards. Oh my God! No, this happened to me on Legal Vices the other day. I was like, I've been subscribed for over.
And I've never. I think there may have been. I think Aussie may have been the only one I've been unsubscribed to.
I have been subscribed to Legal Vices for over a year. I went there the other day because I'm like, how come I'm not getting my notifications anymore? I'm unsubscribed. I'm like, I'm not unsubscribed. I'm literally there all the time. I'm a mod on his channel. That's ridiculous.
Oh, fun stuff.
Go subscribe. Here, I'm putting it in the chat now so everyone can see it. To MG Law. There you go.
Yeah, I just recently hit 500 subscribers last month. I've only been doing this since like February, really. So,
hey, that's pretty good.
So
then
not bad. I hit my 3,000, or I had 4,000 watch hours back in like April or May.
Oh,
so I've just been working on this. Then right after that, they lowered the requirements.
That's
so
awesome.
I've been like working on the subs. I finally hit the subs in October and got monetized. So
you got monetized and everything.
Finally.
Yay! Yes. All right. Well, you have a great night, and everybody here, see me over at Locals. You can follow if you're a subscriber. Use promo code Maya if you're not a subscriber, and you'll get a free month, so you can get into the Locals only stream that we're about to do. And I'll see you in a few minutes.